Hey, I'm pretty sure y'all have figured out by now that I'm pretty passionate about small towns. I like to look around and think about what it was like when the town was founded, and why certain decisions were made in the layout of the town, among other things. And my biggest thought is why they failed, or why the businesses failed. I'm thinking about doing a couple of videos about quirks of rural Virginia small towns, and maybe another on the failures of rural Virginia small towns. I'm not sure that one will ever happen, since there are many potential liabilities involved in that. And one of those places is Courtland, Virginia, population 1,680. Thank you for joining me today as we delve into the story of a remarkable place, Courtland, Virginia. This charming little town tucked away in Southampton County may seem unassuming at first glance, but it carries with it a depth of history and a richness of character that few places can rival. Let's start with its roots. Courtland wasn't always Courtland. It was originally established as Jerusalem in 1791. Just think about that. The United States was still in its infancy. The Constitution, ink barely dry, and here's a small settlement beginning to take shape in southeastern Virginia. Over the years, it grew into become the county seat of Southampton County, the hub of local government and the heart of a community. But for all its charm and peaceful settings, Courtland would find itself thrust into the national spotlight in one of the most pivotal and harrowing chapters of American history. In 1831, Nat Turner's Rebellion took place here, an event that forever changed the landscape of the South and the nation. Nat Turner, a local preacher and enslaved man, led a rebellion against slavery, rallying others to rise up and fight against the brutal system that bound them. It was an act of courage and desperation, born out of an unimaginable oppression. The uprising was ultimately suppressed, but its impact was profound. It sent shockwaves across the country, sparking fear among slaveholders, leading to harsher laws, but also inspiring abolitionists who fought to end slavery. Courtland, then Jerusalem, became a focal point for this national reckoning. Today you can find historical markers and museums in the area that keep this history alive, ensuring that we remember the courage, the tragedy, and the lessons of that time. Now let's shift to present-day Courtland. The Courtland of today. What's it like? Well, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a quaint, quiet town nestled along the banks of the Nottoway River. The streets were lined with charming architecture that whispers of days gone by. The harsh reality is that, like many other small towns, most of the shops are closed, and only one of the restaurants remain open. Neighbors still greet each other by name, and life moves at a pace that allows you to soak it all in. But it's not the Courtland of the past. The Southampton Forestry Museum is located in Courtland, dedicated to preserving antique farm equipment, hand tools, and rural wares from way back when. Spanning 10 acres of land, it offers visitors both indoor and outdoor displays featuring 6,000 items and more, many of which are over 200 years old. The Heritage Village includes 1950s country store, which is stocked with everything Grandma needed, along with a one-room schoolhouse, a county dwelling, and a 4-seater outhouse, and more. Inside the main building are 22 model trains running across 10 different layouts. And for those who love the outdoors, Courtland is a hidden gem. The Nottoway River flows serenely nearby, offering opportunities for fishing and kayaking, or just a peaceful moment by the water's edge. The surrounding countryside is lush and green, a haven for anyone seeking a bit of tranquility away from the hustle and bustle of city life. It's a reminder of the natural beauty that often goes unnoticed in our busy modern world. And the best part? It's all there, just waiting for you to explore. But Courtland is more than just a pretty face. It's a community with a heartbeat where people come together and celebrate, to support one another and honor their shared heritage. Throughout the year, the Southampton Agriculture and Forestry Museum hosts festivals and events that bring everyone out, young and old, residents and visitors alike. These gatherings are an example of the warmth and hospitality that is Courtland. It is a place where tradition meets togetherness, where the past is honored. Of course, we can't talk about Courtland without mentioning its role as the county seat of Southampton County. The newly expanded and updated historic Southampton Courthouse stands proudly in the middle of the town, symbolizing the community's dedication to justice and governance. For more than 2 centuries, this courthouse has been a fixture in Courtland, bearing witness to countless trials and decisions and moments that have shaped the lives of its citizens, and it reminds us of the town's enduring role as the center of civic life. And yet, despite all this, the history, its beauty, and its beauty and its vibrant community, Courtland remains wonderfully unpretentious. It's not a town that shouts for attention. Instead, it quietly invites you to come and discover its treasures for yourself. It's the kind of place where you can slow down, take a deep breath, and remember what it's like to be truly present in the moment. So why should we care about Courtland, Virginia? Places like Courtland remind us of who we are. They remind us of our history, both the triumphs and struggles. They remind us of the values of community, of connection, and the simple joys that make life worth living. And they remind us that even in the smallest corners of our world, there is beauty, resilience, and a story worth telling. Thank you for taking this journey with me today. I hope that next time you think of Courtland, or maybe even the next time you find yourself in Tidewater, Virginia, you'll see it for what it truly is, a place where history and community and nature come together to create something truly special. A place that, in its own quiet way, has so much to offer.